Hi everyone, today we're going to do a book review on To Be Young, Gifted, and Black, foreword by James Baldwin, and book by and about Lorraine Hansberry, the author of A Raisin in the Sun. To Be Young, Gifted, and Black is a informal memoir. It is a collection of songs, unpublished plays at the time, photos, journal entries, letters, and more. The foreword of this book was written by James Baldwin. Very lovely forward. He had a lot of great things to say about Lorraine and her work ethic and just meeting her, very graceful. This book was honestly a little difficult to get into at first, finding it kind of hard because it was a little incohesive. Just having an archive of journal entries, photos, unpublished plays, journal entries, diary entries. It was hard to put that all together, but I'm really grateful that I was able to find a book like this. It kind of reminded me of the Prince book that I read, where it was a lot of different interviews, photos, everything just kind of jumbled together. And you don't see that often with memoirs, but I thought this was just so beautiful, and it showed how Lorraine, in a lot of her journal entries, she was very vulnerable, talking about how she just didn't believe in herself. She didn't think anyone would want to listen to her plays. She even talked about the struggles behind the scenes of her writing A Raisin in the Sun, and how that was such a successful play, but when she was writing it, she didn't think it was going to be that good. She almost didn't even finish it. But what I really like about this is you can see the vulnerable side of such an amazing playwright and just a Black artist, Black female artist specifically. We don't have the same type of art, I feel, as if they did back then. They didn't have social media. They didn't have such a big platform. And this was a woman who wrote this beautiful, compelling story about a Black family. And it was so true. As I said, this book was full of imperfections, but I believe those imperfections were perfect in their own way. I haven't found a novel like this in a long time, or a memoir like this in a while, that encompasses everything essentially about this woman's life. It really is a history book about Lorraine, and it's quite lovely. Some big takeaways I got from this book is the creative process has to be unique to yourself. Lorraine just talks about to herself a lot in this book that she did not feel she was doing well. She didn't know what success was. She thought she was a failure. And that touched me in a way, because as a creative, you often feel, or at least I often feel, as though some of my work isn't good enough, or I don't want to share it with the world. But sometimes you really just have to just do it, go for it. And it's okay to have those moments where you have self-doubt, but you have to persevere out of that. And this book really encompasses that. And that title is just so beautiful and just so striking. To Be Young, Gifted, and Black. And that is a difficult talent to have. And you can tell that she really struggled with being a young Black woman in New York City, trying to write these plays and being on her own. And she was very lonely at times. And you can see that and hear that and through her letters and even in some of the plays that she wrote. But she persevered and she did what she can. And she was here for such a short time, unfortunately. But within her lovely short time on earth, she gave us such compelling art, such beautiful stories that are timeless and were made into plays, movies, musicals, and more. And I just want to thank Lorraine for just being just such an amazing artist and inspiring people decades later and just living on and creating a legacy. Everyone, thank you so much for watching my book review. Please comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know if you want me to do any other books. Have a good day.